The greatest atrocity that has ever been done to man is slavery. And this was brought on by men who believe in this book. The war that is going on right now in Iraq and these places, it's created by men who believe in this book. No, it's an argument for tell us why right now it's really not the book and all these things. But let us suppose that the book was not there.
Up to the time, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. I hope you all are doing good. Hope you all are doing great. So your boy here come across this one wherein this one is an heated religious debate, hard talk. So guys, this one is gonna be really a warm and interesting one. So you wanna stay tuned and don't forget I'm here on the Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you're new. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this one, my people.
Thanks for joining us for another Religious Hard Talk. I'm Ian Boyne. Mutabaruka, the controversial one, the cutting edge one, the one who has been a thorn in the side of Christians for many years. On his late night talk show, he has ridiculed Christianity. He has attacked Christianity mercilessly, rejecting the Bible, rejecting all the sacred tenets of Christianity, rejecting all the notions about the divinity of Christ's virgin birth. He has carried on a ceaseless apologetic against Christianity and for Rastafari. But I have on several occasions questioned his authenticity as a Rastafarian. On a recent program, I asked 3 of his Rastafarian brethren to comment on my view that Muta is no Rastafarian. Well, Muta was a bit incensed at that and what he sees as my persistent questioning of his authenticity, and devoted the entire 4 hours of his cutting-edge program the following Wednesday to a critique of my position and an explanation of his. It was a fine exposition of his views on Rastafari. Well, Muta has accepted my invitation to be on with me, to sit with me, man to man, and for us to deal with this issue of Rastafari, for me to raise questions about his apologetic against Christianity. This is going to be the definitive interview on Rastafari with Mutabaruka. I have some questions for him, and he has some answers, hopefully, for me. Mutabaruka.
Yes, sir.
But glad you come face, man.
You open remarks.
You know, run
typical
from the
of
man.
your journalistic approach, man.
Great to be. You know, I'm a great fan of your program. Every night time I am listening to you. I stay up with you until 2 o'clock. Yeah. And I must say, you are doing an important thing in communications. You're exposing the Jamaican people to a wide variety of expressions. And a lot of people who listen to you don't realize that a number of the ideas that you're putting forward are really cutting-edge ideas in the academy. A lot of your arguments about the Bible, your questioning of Christianity, your questioning of the supernatural, reflects, many people might not know this, reflects the best thinking, the most sophisticated thinking among academicians and among the professors in the religious studies department. And you have played a number of documentaries on the program exposing people to a wide variety of views and so on, and really important. So you're really doing important work, and what you're showing, and your appreciative listeners call in and mention to you on many occasions, you're showing that the Jamaican people, there are lots of people who are interested in serious discussion. It's not just the rearing and the excitement and entertainment people are interested in.
And I'm finding out now that a lot of Christians listen to me.
How many Christians who are listening now?
They are, it's like, well, that's good. They're praying for me. They're praying for me. I give thanks.
Muta, why you born the Bible? Why you born God?
All right. You see now, you start out the premise now, we're wrong. You say me born the Bible.
But you said that, you know?
No, listen to me now.
When you replied to me the other night, you said, me born the young boy, I said, but me born God, me born the Bible.
No, wait, God, I thought the Bible now.
Yeah,
the Bible is a book, with different things inside. It's 66 books.
But it's not the inspired word of God.
No, it's man in him quest for understand himself and him surrounding him environment, politically, socially, religiously, him come up with these.
And God's words to him.
Well, I don't know about no God word because I don't know what language God talk. You know, so I don't know. God inspire man is like saying Bob Marley was inspired by God or Luciana was inspired by God, when I know say Luciana within himself and him consciousness awaken to certain things and then him write about it. I'm a poet. I don't have no inspiration coming from God. I know inspiration come from what I see.
That's what you mean.
What I understand.
So the Bible is just man's attempt
it's man
to understand himself.
Especially in the context of him environment where him is at the time, him write about him situation and what him hope to happen in the situation.
And the Bible, you see, Muta, has held back a lot of people.
Well, if the Bible was such a great book, in the context where people say it is, why is it that the Bible is the most divisive book when interpreted by different people? Because right now there's no other book in the world that has caused so much divisiveness like the Bible, because of trying to interpret what men were saying 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago. And I'm asking, why is it important to interpret a man 4,000 years ago and put it in your context now? Like say it's you have to just take, like you're taking history and put it now and without even understanding the context in which the thing was written. Why was the man writing?
But in other ways, how the Bible hold us back as black people? In some practical ways. Yeah, man, tell us.
Well, it's a serious thing now, because when I was going to school, we never knew say Egypt was in Africa. That's the first thing. So we never get to understand. So most of the things historically, the places geographically was happening in the Bible was in Africa. So that again now wipe out our idea that we have a history. Because our history is supposed to start as slavery. We never have a history in the Bible. Now we come realize, say, but wait, Egypt, Ethiopia and them places there is biblical places. So how come a man I tell you now, so why right now, Charlton is Moses and Yulbrina is Pharaoh and all these things. So we have to really wipe out that our consciousness. Coming now, we're not in coming to the New Testament, what them call the New Testament. Them give you a man named Jesus Christ who never, you know what I'm talking about, sex? Sex is supposed to be the thing that every person do on earth to reproduce. Jesus Christ never have the taint of this so-called sin. Now, if Jesus Christ is the epitome and the person that I am supposed to become, and him never
have sex,
and him do have the genes connection to the so-called Adam and Eve.
His mother was a virgin.
Yeah, and him not connected to Adam and Eve, who them claim was the first sin. If Adam and Eve, I am genetically linked to Adam and Eve. Therefore, I am coming with a baggage. Jesus Christ don't have that baggage there. So when a man look at me and say, why can't I must live like Jesus Christ? Him really put a task to me, which is really, it's like a rabbit run on a carrot and you push the carrot in front of him, elusive. And that is really an illusion in itself. And I think that is the biggest problem right now. That people is looking at a so-called individual that might never have existed.
Jesus might never have existed.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if Jesus existed because there was no man in history named Jesus.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But there's no certainty that he existed.
All right. There's no, not only the certainty, but the man Yeshua is different from the man Jesus in the Bible. Yeah. No, we're not talking about the name, no. Jesus. No, I'm not talking about no Jesus. I know. I said the attributes. The attribute that is given to the man in the Bible. There's no historical reality that can substantiate that this man, for instance, a man feed 5,000 people with 4 fish and 3 barley loaf, and I have 12 baskets left. I must believe that historically.
Yeah.
No, man, that is true. People want to believe.
And I heard you mention a man. I talked to 1 million people in Egypt.
Moses,
and I tell him one
stand
night
up in front of one, and him have a microphone, and 1 million people hear him at the same time and move at the same time. And I must believe that. No, I am seeing that this is a impediment against. This is an impediment against man realizing himself, developing him true potential as a divine being in earth. Because man is really a divine being in earth. There's no entity outside of himself that is signaling him to this energy.
So we are the greatest that exists, and nothing beyond us.
It's not that nothing is beyond us.
No, sorry. There's no being beyond us.
No.
No supernatural being.
No, there's no supernatural being. The only supernatural being is what man create in him consciousness.
In his mind.
Yes.
So God, is
a
is a figment of our man. We make God in our image.
God was created by man, and then man created by God, and God reciprocate and create man. This is an African retention that if there was no man, there wouldn't be any concept of God. So the idea of a first cause is ridiculous, because if it's from me, if I say cause, there must have been a cause for the cause. And I am saying that there is no beginning, then there is no end. Life and death. Life, death. Death is not the end of life, because life cannot die, but entities die.
Yes. So you accept macroevolution. You think that we evolved as human beings. We didn't have a divine, any supernatural origin then?
No, I don't think we have no supernatural origin.
I don't think we have supernatural. Mutabaruka talking to us about his concept of Rastafari. I have accused him of not being a Rastafarian. I will put certain questions to him. Let us see how he answers. This is Religious Hard Talk.
Religious Hard Talk. Brought to you by Digicel.
Drive your dream with Digicel. You can win a brand new Benz. Put credit on your phone and call your friends and tell them say.
Welcome back to Religious Hard Talk. We're looking again at the matter of Rastafarianism, and we have with us one of the leading and one of the most well-known exponents of Rastafari, dub poet and Rastafarian philosopher Mutabaruka. So we're talking about the Bible and the adequacies of the Bible. How?
Yeah, all right. I was talking about the idea of Jesus Christ,
yes,
who was not born in sin and was not shaped in iniquity.
Yes.
But I am supposed to now live like this man. If this man did not have the taint of sexual connection, that means he was a different man. And if him have these attributes, how can I have the same attribute when he was not coming? It is more.
But he was in the flesh. Christians say was
no, it's not a part of.
And he was tempted.
But he
at all points.
It's not sex bring him.
Yeah.
And this is the sex.
But sex. Why would that make such a decisive difference?
Tell me, you is a Christian.
The fact that he never.
No, but you is a Christian.
Born as a result of sexual activity.
You is a Christian. You must tell me,
I don't
because
see what that.
I don't see it neither.
What difference that would make?
No,
in
it's the
terms
Christian.
Of his being like us.
It's the Christian must tell I don't believe in Jesus Christ. The Christian must tell I what makes the difference when him don't born of sex. Not make the difference when him if him born.
No, that is to say in the Christian understanding that is coming to the earth was of divine origin. In other words,
but him come
he
through
was
a
not
woman.
He came through a woman.
Yeah.
But he pre-existed. He existed before. He was in heaven with the Father.
Him come through a woman.
Yes.
And I am saying for a man to come through a woman, she did have a connection with a man. But Jesus Christ's mother did not have a connection with a man.
Yeah,
so that make him different from me and you.
Yeah, man. He's
so if him different from me and you, him genetic connection with Adam and Eve is not same like me. Because I am already, my DNA already is embedded in the sin of Adam and Eve.
Yeah, and the Orthodox Christian teaching is that he could not sin.
Yeah, well, Jesus Christ, well, him can't sin because he don't have the genetic connection with Adam and Eve.
I see your point.
Well, if he don't have the connection with Adam and Eve, I cannot use him
as an example.
That's
a good point.
It's just simple that. I have to use a man who did born same like me and do the same things like me and rise up out of that thing that I can say. But look what a man was a thief and look when he become that. Look what a man was a that and he become that.
That's not a foolish argument.
That is what I talk about.
And there are some Christians, they are in the minority, who believe that Jesus could have sinned and that he inherited a flesh that was fallen. So there are those few people, but I agree that the vast majority of Christians don't believe that.
That is what more Jamaican people tell you. That Jesus Christ never born of sin and never shaping and iniquity.
Yeah. But in what other ways, Muta, have you seen the Bible? Or you see the Bible wreck people's life, mash up people's life?
Oh, the Bible.
in what other ways?
Is that the Bible wreck people's life? It's
the interpretation of it.
You see, I can tell you something.
Take the Bible in a way.
Because you see, religion supposed to help people. Yeah. But when we look on now, this book, you see this book? Man has been able to draw different things from this single book.
Yes.
And become a different thing from man. So most of the wars that have been fought in the world today, Western world, it has been fought with men who believe in this book. The greatest atrocity that has ever been done to man is slavery. And this was brought on by men who believe in this book. The war that is going on right now in Iraq and these places is created by men who believe in this book. No, it's an argument for tell us why right now it's really not the book and all these things. But let us suppose that the book was not there. Because you remember John Lennon have a thing about imagine there was no heaven and imagine there was no hell. You can imagine if there was no Bible.
It's true. Because the Jews and the Arabs are fighting over Jerusalem.
Yes, because of something that was said in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. Them get this argument from
precisely
that Abraham,
absolutely.
Isaac and Jacob and all these things. So them are fight because of some connection with the so-called God that them create in a political situation.
Yes.
So is that we really fight against?
So the world will be a better place without the Bible?
I am feeling that. I am feeling that the world would be a better place without religion too.
Without religion?
Yes. Because the search for self does not lie in a supernatural connection with any being that is outside of yourself.
Let me ask you pointedly, Muta. Do you see Haile Selassie as God? And how can you be a Rasta man and you accept Selassie as God?
You see, God is a derogative term in a fair and I language, right? So you have most of I and I don't use the term God. Because when I say God, if I tell you Selassie is God, the first thing you ask me say, is Selassie create the earth?
Yeah, I know.
Is Selassie create it? So in order not to get into that concept, I am saying no, I don't use the word God.
Is Haile Selassie supernatural?
Because the concept of God that is given to us cannot fit Haile Selassie in my interpretation.
Let me ask you.
So we don't know. You see, supernatural, God is a supernatural being. Haile Selassie to I is not a supernatural being. Haile Selassie is alive now? Is he alive now? I don't know. It's not important to me if he's alive or I'm dead. It's not important to me. If Christianity don't tell me. Wait there. Wait no man. Haile Selassie is I in response to slavery and colonialism come up with this idea. When I say I know, we're talking about like Leonard Howell and the man who come before I. The idea of Haile Selassie as a redeemer was not necessarily in the context of Jesus Christ coming back. It is the people who was Christian minded come into this idea and started to justify their understanding of Haile Selassie
so after
with
that time,
this Jesus Christ who was given to them.
So they were not the original Rasta. You're saying the
original Leonard Howell man.
Rasta man.
The Leonard
1930s.
Leonard Howell.
Rasta. Yeah.
Look at about Leonard Howell
himself.
Leonard Howell was responding to colonialism and slavery.
Yes.
When Marcus Garvey said, if the white man see God through him, Isaac, Jacob, and Jacob, make him do it. If the Jews want to see God through that, make him do it. But we must see God through our own spectacle, through Ethiopia.
Yes.
All right. So the question is asked, where's the black man king? Where's the black man God?
That's right.
Leonard Howell is responding to this in a political sense by saying, in 1930, it ushers in now a new era, a redemptive era in the black man consciousness.
So Howell started out not with Bible or the supernatural.
No.
But with the cultural.
With the idea that this man, in the essence of the historical references of black people, is going to free black people.
Yes.
No. What happened? That because most of the people them who rallied around Marcus Garvey and Howell, they were Christians, so they had to validate Haile Selassie
in those terms,
through the terms of what they knew and what they understand, because they couldn't do it outside of what they don't understand. So they started to now search the Bible to connect different terminologies that would
Psalms.
Them going to Revelation 5, the line of Judah, and all these things now. And then now they say, aha.
Yes.
But this is the Jesus Christ that I was told about. So now it developed now into a biblical theology that did not make any difference in the Christian concept.
But it is
because what it was trying to do was to evolve Christianity from the 2,000 years ago into now. So what happened now is that the liberty of these men, of these women, made a significant difference from the biblical interpretation of the man who they now declare to be the Messiah, the returned Christ.
I know, but what I'm saying is, Rastafari therefore evolved.
Yes.
And it evolved into a religion which or into a philosophy or whatever
Yes.
that used biblical concepts.
Yes. But
You are now, in other words,
no,
what
I am
you
saying
are
no,
saying,
that
you
was one of
gone back to
main
the
problems.
original now.
No, I am saying that was one of the main
Problems.
problems of Rastafari when they started to use the Bible to validate Haile
Let me ask you
Selassie.
a question.
Because Haile Selassie, the concept of Haile Selassie is in the manifestation of the liberty of Rastafari and not in the learned understanding of Rastafari in the Bible.
We're talking in ways that people can't understand. All right.
Oh, you mean-
Average Rasta
So you
man.
say them not understand what I say?
No, the average Rasta man where you check.
Yes. Learn.
Recently I interviewed some Rasta men.
Yeah.
All of them said Selassie alive today.
Yes. Yes.
And then Magwan and
Of
King
course,
Muta.
it's not impossible. It's
No.
not impossible.
No, but you
But the idea of Rastafari does not.
no, man. But you do not believe that when a person dies, the soul can continue beyond the body.
All right. What I am saying to you, all right, listen to me now.
And
all right, listen
therefore-
to me carefully. Because you may
As
feel-
far as we know, in
Wait,
78.
listen to me. Listen to me. Because we now go through this again, you know. Life cannot die.
All right.
Life does not belong to individuals,
Okay.
but individuals possess a life energy that makes them different makes them individuals.
Understand.
It is like a building in an open land. You put a building in an open land, the space outside of the building and the space inside of the walls of the building is the same space. But what differentiates the space is that wall. If you move the wall, the space don't go with the building. The space still exists. So I am saying to you that when you talk about death, death means that the building
I know.
crumbles. But there's nothing that is following the building.
So the person will continue.
There's,
As no
there's
conscious
nothing that
existence.
is coming out
I see your
of the building.
Yeah.
The space still exists. So the space don't move, you know. So when a man says somebody dead
Yeah.
and therefore now him life come out time, that is really that is
Foolishness.
a Western mindset that is telling you that there's something inside of you named life that is coming outside of you. I'm saying that there's nothing inside of you
So
that is
all
coming
of
out.
us know when we
We are all
that's it.
I.
That's it. I. So when
That's
I
what Rasta man say, I and I. It's not
So-
relating to the man.
I know. So
Yeah.
when I and I leave this earth, me
No,
now
I and I
exist
now
somewhere.
leave no
All right,
earth.
No.
I and I now
But
leave
I am
no
not
earth.
existing somewhere else.
No, wait, no, man. You don't understand what I say.
No,
Listen
yeah.
to me.
No, I talk simply.
All right. You see, me talk
Me
simply,
so-
you
no,
don't understand.
no,
Let me
man,
take me
no,
not
you
talk
talk
to me, so you
sim-
don't
no, no,
understand.
no.
All right. Ian Bowen.
If me dead to die, God forbid.
If Ian Bowen dead,
And you go my funeral.
yeah, there is
I
nothing.
conscious somewhere?
There is nothing that is coming out of Ian Bowen
All
that
right.
is existing somewhere.
It's somewhere.
So the life,
All right.
life does not have an individualistic personality.
right. I see your point then.
So
You
life
make it clear
is the
then.
energy, is the source
All
that
right.
binds everything together.
Yeah.
So in other words, now you cannot come out of life
I
and
see
then
what
say you is still life.
I see what you
When you're dead,
That's it.
you're dead. But the life that makes you
Yeah, man.
understand what you is now
In a cosmic
is
sense.
continuous. So when a man actually say, when you claim say,
Yeah.
Mutabaruka no believe in a life after death, I don't believe in a life after no death.
You don't believe in life after
because
death.
body
Yes.
is the
Yes. All right.
connection that life makes with the material world. And I am saying to you that the material world is there.
So this is all that we have.
But life exists whether or not the material world is there or not. And that is what we call energy. That is why I don't use God.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because man give God an intelligence.
I know.
And him even say E.
That's true.
Because I'm afraid to say it.
Yeah.
Because him giving characteristic to something that him
Yes.
don't understand.
So you don't believe in any supernatural.
No, I don't believe in supernatural.
You don't believe in supernatural.
No, natural.
Everything is natural.
Natural. That is why Rasta say ital. Because I'm gone above all natural to him say ital.
So how the
What is
Rasta
good?
man say
What is good for nature?
that Selassie a rule and king the character? You can't see him, but him in a spirit.
You know
How
why?
the Rasta man, every Rasta man.
No. Don't say that. Don't say that.
okay.
Not every Rasta man say that.
Never Rasta man.
There is a learned behavior in Rastafari, and there's an experienced behavior in Rastafari. Most of us learn the behavior through the Bible.
Through Bible.
Yes. So
You admit that. So most of them man they really learn through the Bible.
For instance, the
them-
terminologies of Rasta use mostly is
Yeah.
like Babylon and things.
Yeah,
Him get it
true.
out of the Bible.
That's true.
All right. But there is a group, there's a mind That is saying now, the experience of Rasta is what differentiates Rasta from the rest of the world and Christianity. And this is found in the cultural behaviors of Rastafari, for instance, lax, ital food. Most youth, as him start to Rasta, him want to bush go live. Him language start to change, him start to say I and I, this and that. All right. So you have certain things. For instance, you have a Rasta man who read the Bible and him say the reason why him smoke herbs is because herbs is found from Solomon grave and all them things. You have a next Rasta man say him no smoke herbs like me. You have hundreds of Rasta.
You never smoke herb yet?
No, I never smoke herb yet. And I know a whole heap of Rasta man who don't smoke herb. As a matter of fact, I know Rasta man, if you go in him house and go burn up him herbs, him vex, him run you out, I would say you're police. Or you want to come burn up him herbs and take 6 months to grow, and you come like you're police to come burn it up.
Yes, yeah.
All right. So the herbs is a very important aspect of Rasta.
I'm going to make you pick up on that.
Yeah.
Take the break. Mutabaruka explaining his Rastafarian beliefs in his own terms. He doesn't need anybody to explain what he believes. Any Bible and anybody doesn't need me to tell you what he believes. He's here. And you know I believe in fairness. I believe in hearing all sides. So I brought Mutabaruka to tell his own story on Religious Hard Talk.
That Selassie is God.
Well, the ultimate that, you know, I still say the whole history, everything. So for you now say His Majesty, I can't Rasta, I say something else.
No, I cannot be a Rastafarian and don't believe that Selassie is a God.
That's not good. If you're a Rasta, you have to believe in a Selassie. Because of the doctrine that. I am uphold the doctrine that. Selassie.
No, not to my knowledge. Rastafarian, they believe that Selassie is their God. But I believe that Jehovah, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, is my God. I don't believe in all of that.
Yes, of course. You can be a Rastafarian by style, because that is what's going on now, just style. You're Rastafari. It depends, although the real true meaning of Rastafarianism is to say that Selassie is your ruler and your God.
No, I don't think so, because all Rastaman thinks that Selassie is God still, from ever since. So that's my opinion.
No, you have to believe, sir, Selassie is God if you want to be a Rastafari. You see it, because that freedom culture that different from Christian culture. You see me, I say, so you have to believe in that.
I think that all of them just kind of get this understanding that Selassie is like God, even whether or not they believe, is like a cliche then, it's like a saying. Them just automatically say it. I don't know if for real all of them really believe that Selassie is God, but I think it's like a cliche, like a saying. So them just live up to the saying then.
No, that no be away. I don't think that it's only one God, I King Selassie is the first, it can't be a second, and anything is any second and most after, you see it.
It's not possible because, as far as I'm concerned, the Rastafarian belief is based solely on the fact that their God is Selassie. So I don't think it's possible to be Rastafarian and not believe that Selassie is God.
No, you have to believe that Selassie is God. Because you don't believe that Selassie is God, there is no Rasta. You understand? You have to believe Selassie is God. You understand? Me believe Selassie is God. Because I have an African soul.
Mutabaruka on Rastafari. Muta, you were saying at the beginning.
All right, I'm going to explain something to you. A whole heap will come through the understanding of Rasta through Bible. We see Revelation, we see Psalms and things, we start to read the Bible. So, in reading the Bible now, we start to use terminology that's related to the Bible. It don't change your life, It just have to come with an idea now that Haile Selassie is God. All right. So, in now examining ourselves now with this idea, we start to want to go in at the hills. We start to want to stop certain things. The Bible don't tell you if you do it, It's just this understanding in a man, in an individual man now, that is allowing us to move from this normal Christian idea into what they call a cultural perspective. Because Christianity really don't have no culture. It's just a belief system. What Rastafari has offered is not only a belief system, but a cultural perspective that it can move away from the normal behavioral pattern and normal way of life from these people. That is why Rasta says it's not a religion, it is a way of life. Because it is in the way of life that the essence of Rasta is found. It's not in the doctrine of the Bible. The way of life of Rasta, is what is important to Rasta.
Not the doctrine.
It's not the doctrine of the Bible.
That is why you can say Once you are maintaining that way of life, no, I can't question whether you're a Rasta or not.
You know why?
That's why
you know why? Because you is using.
So you can't believe anything.
You using the conventional Western philosophy based upon your Christian understanding to say, oh come.
But a lot
God.
of you one Rasta man them are trying as you say.
But check the Rasta man them who saying it.
Yes, what they must say.
I say no. Check the Rasta man them who saying it. The Rasta man them who saying it is embedded in the Bible.
I have a book here, Overstanding Rastafari.
I am saying to you, listen to what I say. The Rasta man them who is using these terminologies is embedded in the Bible. I am saying that there's a Rasta thought
outside
that I have lived it.
You have lived it.
I am not talking about what I have read. I have lived it. This Rasta thinking that tells you that we don't into the Bible. We into the way of life. How can we develop a way of life? That what makes Rasta different from other people?
That's what we want.
It's not the Bible that him read. It's because him did come and lots. It's because him did come and eat ital food where everybody that say you got dead because you got maga down because you not eat salt and them thing there.
But you know, Rasta man come with a different Hindu man eat ital food long before Rasta.
But it's not a unique. But Rasta
lock them here.
We're not saying it's a unique thing. The Sadhus. But we're not saying it's a unique thing. I am saying that the idea of Haile Selassie has allowed some dispossessed people who was domiciled on this farmer slave plantation island to develop a theology that can carry them into a way of life that is not necessarily unique to them, but without that they would have never found it, because the Christian doctrine was not able to put that in place for them to understand how to eat to live, or how to live and eat, how to
you have Adventists who are vegetarian, Muta. Within Christianity, you have Adventists who...
You're not hearing what I'm saying, you know. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
No, you said Christianity did not allow them, and I'm saying that's not true. But Christianity... You have Adventists who ital.
Yeah, listen. Which ital? Which ital? It's Uncle Rasta can't ital.
No, man.
Adventists can... You have vegetarians and you have itals, you know. Listen to me now. You have vegetarian different from ital, you know. Because a vegetarian still eats certain things.
No, man. There are different types of vegetarian, man.
No, listen to me.
Total vegetarian, not eat no fish, man.
Listen, we're not talking about no fish.
Oh, okay.
You have preempt the thing, you know. You have bushman. Listen to me, I say, man. You have vegetarians. Vegetarians can eat certain food. You see, when a man, Rasta say ital, he might talk about no process, nothing where synthetic, nothing from that. Vegetarians can eat. Vegetarians eat chunk, you know. Chunks. Chunks no ital. You know what is chunks? Tofu no ital. Tofu is a vegetarian food, you know. And chunks is a vegetarian food, but it is not an ital food. What I am telling you now, that the Rasta man developed a system, a cultural system, both in eating habits and living habits, that is different from the normal. That's why when I say ital, it don't necessarily mean vegetarian. That's why when I say Haile Selassie, it don't necessarily mean God. Because the man in the hills who is expounding about ital liberty, him to ever use greater, him to ever use metal. Me, I can't use myself. It's years I have traveled this way and I don't eat flesh and I don't wear it.
You don't wear it?
I don't wear flesh. I don't wear animal products for myself.
You don't wear a belt?
I don't wear animal products. I don't wear nothing that is made from animals. You understand? You have enough Rasta man who see it on the level there. Now you have vegetarians who live in the vegetarian, but still wear leather shoes.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
To me, that is a contradiction, you know, to my liberty.
I see.
To my liberty. The school of Rastafari that I come from say that if you don't eat animal, you must wear it.
Wear it.
Yes, because it is still killing. It is you're supporting the killing of the animal. That is a mindset that I have. For the most of my life.
That's why you don't wear shoes.
That's why I don't wear shoes. I said that's why I don't wear leather. That's why I don't wear animal products, because I don't eat it, I don't wear it. All right. So that is an aspect of Rastafari that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people don't know that you have a whole heap of Rasta man who don't smoke herbs. Because a whole heap of people believe, say, every Rasta smoke herb, that's why your eye looks on all everything there. And when I tell them, say, I don't even know if you roll a spliff.
Never smoke herb yet?
Never, I don't know if you roll a spliff. And that not try to show you.
Interesting.
You have Rasta man who you can't tell him nothing about glass, metal and them thing there. Him house don't make no glass. Him a whisk. Him wrap him house with whisk. Him wear.
Him against glass.
Him agree. That's why I say no. You have ital.
Yeah. No use grease.
And you have natural. You have ital and you have natural. It might sound like semantics, but to the liberty, of Rastafari, what I tell you about now, which is not a learned thing out of the Bible, but it's when you trod the trod, you start to develop these attributes.
And you're a man who lived in the hills for years.
I live there, and I see Rasta man who lived there before me, and I know Rasta man right now who still live there.
Live there
who
years,
still
years.
perpetuate them same kind of living today. Where you can't go them out and tell him nothing about no God.
I can't tell him Selassie no God.
Him say, no, I'm not about no God. Him say, I Selassie, I. When you say I, Selassie, I. And that him a tell you about. Him a talk about I. That where think the concept of I come from? I is not a semantics, you know. All I is doing is responding to the life, the energy, the good energy that is in man. It is not responding to the man physical. It is responding to the man divine. So when I say I, and him say me and you is second person. In the consciousness of Rastafari, there is no second person. That is why him say I. Him say I and I. To the normal person, you can say I and I. Because him is responding to himself. When him say I and I, him say Ian Bowen and Mutabaruka is one. So when him look on Haile Selassie, him saying Haile Selassie is I. That means say Haile Selassie and him is one. There is no difference between Haile Selassie and I in Rastafari. And the only way you're going to find that consciousness in Rastafari is through the livity, not through the biblical perception where you only pray our Father and please John, Haile Selassie, the return Messiah.
This concept about return Messiah and Rasta
it's a
ruling over Zion and all.
No, look here. You know why a Rasta man will come and tell you, say, Rasta will rule the world?
Rule the world.
You know why?
You don't believe it?
Because it's a Bible doctrine. The Bible, you see, no, Ian Bowen, examine it. Every Rasta man that you ever talk to, and him tell you these things, isn't it the same idea of the Bible him talking about?
Yes, yeah.
Don't him read the Bible?
It's a reinterpretation of the Bible.
And I am telling you that there's a school of Rasta thought out there that does not believe in world domination, but it believes in understanding nature, understanding him cause.
Interesting perspective on Rastafari, setting the record straight and telling us that the common concepts that we have had of Rastafari do not take in what he believes is a significant element in Rastafari, an element that we have not heard about, that you are hearing about, many of you, for the first time on Religious Hard Talk. We take our final break.
What do you think Rastas believe about the Bible?
Well, the Bible teaches every man everything, you know, good and evil, you know, in the Bible, you know. And every young Christian, right, you know, the best advice that we give them, read the Bible chapter a day. And to lead you in the way you want, you know, whether good or evil, in the way you want, the Bible will lead you.
Rasta don't believe about the Bible, you know, unless it's for them Bible. Because Rasta have for them Bible, so the Bible, where them say the white man print and write, Rasta don't believe in it. Them always blaspheme it. You understand? So the Rasta have for them Rasta Bible.
The Bible is a part of them religion, man. Them use it as one of them main tool, just like how them use ganja as one of them tool. Because them use the Bible as a guiding step.
I think they use the scriptures for their convenience, but I don't think they really believe in Jesus Christ as being Savior. So it's a sort of contrary thing, because they have Selassie as their God, but they still use the scriptures to say, well, Jah, and referring to him as their God. So it's contrary. I don't think they have it straight.
Well, Rasta have their own beliefs, you know. I think some things of the Bible Rasta believes still, you know, I say, but I don't think of everything still, because they have for them own prophecy and everything.
Some Rasta read Bible and some don't read Bible. And some, but I wouldn't burn the Bible. I have to read my Bible. You understand me? And all I room said speed, you see it? So I couldn't burn the Bible. You see me? I have to just do. I have to just, you understand? Live up. You see me, baby? Live up and now burn. I just live my life, you see it?
An interesting, and some would say novel, interpretation of Rastafari being given to us by the well-known Rastafarian Mutabaruka, well-traveled Rastafarian dub poet.
Well,
so when you came into
Rastafari... It's not an interpretation, you know.
No, meaning
it's a livity.
But there are many Rastafarians who would disagree.
You disagree with what? The livity?
I'm not asking you to comment. Dermot Fagan, when you look at Yasus's book, he lists all the different houses and mantles of the Rastafari.
But we're not about no house now, you know. Listen to what I say.
And they don't hold.
Listen to what I'm saying. Yes. I'm not talking about a belief, you know.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a livity. I am saying that there is a belief and there is a livity. And what separates Rastafari from the Christian world. It's not the reading of the Bible, it's the liberty of Rastafari that make the difference. And
but you must have a
which
belief.
theologian?
You must have beliefs with it.
I never said of a belief. The belief in Haile Selassie defines what that moves you to this liberty. It's not everybody. It's not everybody who believe in Haile Selassie.
What's the essence? If I would ask you one,
what is the essence of Rastafari?
What is it that you said to me? Why Ian Boyne? If a man not have this, he can't say Rasta.
If a man don't say Haile Selassie,
is what?
The nucleus of him exists.
But what is he? What is Haile Selassie?
Haile Selassie is I. Haile Selassie is I, the recognition.
But he's not God, he's not supernatural.
But you asked me that already. You're down the line. You see, you try.
So you now come back to rule the world. No,
Haile Selassie. Yeah. We're not talking about world domination here. We're talking about finding self. Which find yourself, you know.
Then
but
man
find
get up and say
remember, I told you that the beginning. Yeah. Remember, I tell you about the beginning. How it began,
yes,
and what it evolved to,
yes.
And I am telling you,
you're not following the evolution.
No, listen, no, I am following the evolution. Listen to me. If I never follow the evolution, I wouldn't there. So.
But it evolved in a Bible thing. But you're not following the Bible.
Listen to me now. Rastafari is a response to colonialism and slavery. Rastafari is a black power movement with a spiritual theological nucleus.
But where's the theological?
The theological.
Theology is theological.
No, I am explaining.
Your thing is a cultural thing.
No, you listen to me. No, listen to me. Yeah. You know why I use this? You're making I use terms now that I usually use.
All right.
You see? Because if I have to start to explain to you now within the context of theology, like when I say to you God, and I have to start explain what God means. I am trying to tell you now that this the divine self.
Yeah, I know.
The energy of self, the recognition of this divine person in I is what Haile Selassie represents.
Muta,
in the belief of Haile Selassie, it is carrying I to I self. And
how would that carry to yourself? I don't understand.
But you're not going to understand it, you know why? Because you still have the what you call the formal perception, the concepts that rule your understanding. It's very difficult now.
How are you different from a Pan-Africanist?
Oh, why different?
I was speaking to a Rasta.
The Pan-Africanists don't declare Haile Selassie.
But you're not the same God, you see?
The Pan-Africanist does not declare Haile Selassie as a nucleus. That is what differentiates I.
And what difference?
I am a Pan-Africanist, you know.
No.
As a Marcus Garveyite.
Yes.
But I am differentiated by the understanding in my liberty through the recognition of Haile Selassie.
So what was so special about Selassie then?
Nothing to have special about Haile Selassie.
So why you choose him?
You will come in the beginning of the program. The beginning of the program. We tell it already, you know. There is a response to slavery. It's a response. Where is the black man king? Where is the black man God? So, in a response to that.
But he's not any king anymore.
No, I mean not any king anymore. A king is always a king. I'm not a king anymore. I don't understand.
Where is his throne? Where is Selassie's throne?
A king, where's Jesus Christ's throne? Don't Jesus Christ supposed to be the king when he's thrown there?
But the Christians say, am I ruling ever?
No, the Christians say, well, Haile Selassie are ruling I. Haile Selassie are ruling I. So what are the difference now? What is the problem?
But not Haile Selassie, the individual.
You know, you can't an individual and this and that already. I don't declare Haile Selassie to you already, you know.
As
you interpret Haile Selassie is your problem. I am telling you, supremely is Haile Selassie I to I. I am not in the supernatural, I am in the supreme. So supreme being to I is different from a supernatural being. Supreme being means that it is above the beings. What I see in this individual and glorify in this individual. Maybe you cannot see it in that individual. So I recognize in this individual something that I need for myself. And through the historical references, through Ethiopia as the most ancient of all countries and the beginning and the source of all human existence.
But will that black king come to rescue us as black people?
Is I have to rescue myself in the Haile Selassie. Is I have to rescue myself. No man can save
us.
No man can save us. I have to save myself.
Save ourselves.
Within the consciousness of Rastafari. That is why it leads I to this liberty.
So we are no one.
You is on your own, I don't know about you. I say, within the context of Haile Selassie, is saving myself and hoping to liberate black people out of the hands of white supremacy. That is what I talk about. I not talk about some man we are going to just take up 144,000 people over here so and burn up the whole of the people in there. So no, I talk about the redemption of black people through an understanding of self, through the personality
so
of
a lot of
Selassie.
Rastafarians, Muta, have been mistaken by using this Bible as them guide.
No. The evolution is important. You start here, so you end up there, so it's not a misguided
The
thing.
same
It's an
man when you say
evolution.
read Selassie. Pick up the Bible.
Then what is wrong with that? I used to
worship Jesus.
Yes, so what happened to that?
He was misguided.
You never used to look girl when you're young.
But misguided.
You didn't misguided. No, it's just at the experience at the time. It's not misguiding. It's at the experience at the time.
As Phil Potts point out in his book, Selassie make a whole heap of statement about the Bible.
So what happened to that? So what happened to that?
Then how could a man who use as the ideal?
No.
A man who use as the ideal, when the man now come and pronounce from the Bible and pick up the Bible, you take for yourself from
that. No, I can't tell you what I'll say about that. A man's religion is his personal thing. So a religious person must not run the state. Listen to me. Man. Listen to me. No matter what I listen to say.
Yeah.
You don't run the state with a religious person or a man of the army. So the state is run by the emperor. But religion is a man's personal concept.
Yeah.
So what I say in my religious affairs does not have to reflect what my father say. My father might find solace in his understanding of life. But in Haile Selassie, I find a different understanding of life through Haile Selassie. Because Haile Selassie not believing in Haile Selassie.
No, but if you are following him, you respect him for the Bible.
No, but I never tell you say I quote the Bible all the while, and I am telling you the Bible is not my point of reference for Haile Selassie.
But it was Selassie's point of reference
to Christ, to what he believe in.
It was, yeah.
To what he believe in.
He misguided that.
No, I never said.
I agree.
But I never said the Rasta man them who believe in the Bible misguided. You know. I am saying that there's an evolution in the understanding of Haile Selassie. No, if Haile Selassie believe in the Bible and believe in Christ.
So and he did.
Yeah, and I know must know. And I find something in Haile Selassie that I see. Why is it important that I must believe in what Haile Selassie believe in, to understand what I believe in Haile Selassie?
He was your ideal man.
Listen to what I say now. Listen to what I say now.
He's a black kid.
You hear what I say now? If my mother is ideal, and she's a soldier, and she's a police, and she attributes certain things, and I come and see in my mother certain attributes, and I can draw from that. Why must I believe in what she believes in to come to an understanding of myself through she? It is not when Rasta come up here, him never know what Haile Selassie believe in. You know, it is a response of an event that took place. The event is the coronation of Haile Selassie. Yeah, so it's not a point of that. So if Haile Selassie believe in that, I have to believe in that. It's a point of what I found, what I can draw from my understanding of self through believing in Haile Selassie. And I am believing in Haile Selassie, and it carrying me to go lax. It carrying me to go eat idol food. Haile Selassie never come tell me must lax and eat idol food.
But the Nazarite vow in the Bible say.
But I not go Nazarite vow. That's the man who read Bible. You say you come back to the Bible again. I never eat idol food through the Bible. It's not because the Bible why I turn vegetarian, you know. It's not because the Bible why I lax. I don't lax because I am Nazarite. If I was a Nazarite, I got up in the hills and not eat. I eat cucumber, melon, and all these things. Nazarene vow say you must eat these things. Not go near no dead body. I know Nazarene. I is a Rastafari who lacks because this is my response to understanding myself.
Muta's final words, defending his Rastafarian identity against naysayers like Ian Boyne, setting the record straight and saying that he's no less authentic than men like Dermot, Fagan, Yasu Safari and others. I am saying these other people from the various houses that claim they are right. Muta says he can burn the Bible and burn God and still maintain his Rastafarian liberty. And
so like a lot of other Rastas out there, because I am not a Rasta by myself. You have many Rastafari out there.
Very important. Yes. Very important. Mutabaruka clears the air on Religious Hard Talk. Next week, I'll be back. Until then, Ian Boyne on behalf of my production assistant, Tracy and Lang, wishing you a pleasant evening.
So my people, this one was indeed an interesting one. So feel free to leave an honest comment down in the comment section, and also on your own opinion, and on you don't know say me day upon the Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you're new. Big up to each and everyone. Up until then, peace out. Adios.